Magon, another breakdown for the masses. We go talk about some things here with this Putin getting interviewed by Tucker Carlson. You know, the sodomite that work on Fox. I don't know where he at right now, but he's supposed to be giving his interview to these people. You see him supposed to be interviewed Julian Assange, all of them. And now, Putin right here. Is that real? How did the Tucker Carlson get to interview this Putin right here from Russia? The thorn in American side. How did he get to interview this character right here as a supposed news reporter from America? Is that real, people? This proves that the world is just a stage. I don't know what it proved to you, but this is coming in plain view now for the people to see. The world is just a stage. Now take a look at this right here, and we're going to take a breakdown to it with this Tucker Carlson right here, interviewing Russian President Vladimir Putin. Listen right here.
There are reports that Elon Musk has already had a chip implanted in the human brain in the USA.
So listen, people, this is what they're talking about here. Elon Musk chipping people's brain in the USA. So guess what? This is what the Tucker Carlson right here fighting for this interview for, to ask him about Elon Musk. Pay attention here. The whole wide world is a stage. Listen.
What do you think of that?
Listen.
And
if you take a look at the Elon Musk, people, no lie, take a look at the Elon Musk and take a look at this vagabond right here they call Putin. Take a look at the face. They almost look the same. It could be the same character play, both of them. That's what you need to understand. They're all fake on the world stage. Take a listen here.
Well, I think there's no stopping Elon Musk. He will do as he sees fit.
See that, people? He laughing. There is no stopping Elon Musk, said the Putin right there. He's saying that there's no stopping Elon Musk. He's gonna do whatever he want, basically. Remember, American product is the Elon Musk supposedly, and this is the thorn in American side right there. The supposedly dictator that they have on the world stage. So pay attention. He giving Elon Musk some props, like I tell you, probably played by the same character. Listen.
Nevertheless, you need to find some common ground with him. Search for ways to persuade him. I think he's a smart person. I truly believe he is.
You hear that, people? So Putin actually think that the Elon Musk is a smart person. What a dumb shit for the masses. Remember, I told you already, those are the dumbest people you can find in the world. The ones that they put on are smart. Just remember that even this character right here on screen, they tell you he's a smart man for running a country for how many years by himself, supposedly. All by design. You have to understand, to play this dictator and the masses and watch him play a big role in the destruction of the masses right here. Listen.
So you need to reach an agreement with him because this process needs to be formalized and subjected.
And take a look at the Tucker Carlson, people. Take a look at him and you tell me, is it that a man? Take a look at the face right there. Look like an old woman to me from day one. Ever since I see this character, they don't look right, people. These are what the devil people look like. The ones that work in their brain. Are you right here in the devil hurt? This is what they look like right there. You see it? Pay attention here. Look.
One of our senior United States senators from the state of New York, Chuck Schumer, said yesterday, I believe, that we have to continue to fund the Ukrainian effort, or U.S. soldiers, citizens could wind up fighting there. How do you assess that?
Listen, this people. Remember, they tell you the Putin invade supposedly Ukraine. And America is on the Ukraine side, are even giving the Ukraine arms and funding to fight this war against Russia. So now, there you go, American reporter right there, gonna interview the damn Putin right there, people. Is that real? And asking him these kind of questions right here? Now listen to the Putin answer. Listen.
Well, if somebody has the desire to send regular troops, that would certainly bring humanity to the brink of very serious global conflict. This is obvious. Do the United States need this?
Listen.
What for? Thousands of miles away from your national territory. Don't you have anything better to do?
Wow.
You have issues on the border, issues with migration, issues with the national debt.
All by design. And listen, people, he mentioned the national debt while they're talking about fund to Ukraine from America. Remember, America gonna fund all these places, no matter how supposedly broke America is. The world's a stage, people. Everything is a lie. You have to understand that America basically can't pay their own bills. That's why they're talking about government shutdowns and all. But all of a sudden, you can fund Ukraine, you can fund all of these places, even Israel that they tell you is one of the most advanced countries supposedly. How would you come in, how you go about funding that country supposedly for a war? The whole wide world is fake, people. That's what they give you with the worldwide police. America playing. You understand that? They have to fund everybody, help everybody. It's foolishness. Wake up.
Than $33 trillion.
Wow, go back again.
Issues on the border, issues with migration, issues with the national debt. More than $33 trillion.
Yes, and right on the money, people. And if you sit there and believe that it's a coincidence, hey, you need help. 33 is according for Freemasonry. They always have to put it in to prove that it's bullshit if you have any brain. Again, listen.
You have nothing better to do, so you should fight in Ukraine?
To fight in Ukraine. Listen.
Wouldn't it be better to negotiate with Russia? Make an agreement?
Would it be better to negotiate with Russia, said the Putin. He never said with us. He said with Russia. Like I tell you, the world's a stage. All show they're giving you. Nothing real, people. The whole thing is bullshit. Why you think the Tucker Carlson right there interviewing him? You don't get it, so you can hear his point of view and all of these supposed things, because he's a puppet, just like anybody else that they try to put on to you. Can you see it? I break him down and show you. All of them flash the same signs, even though he way over there in Russia, supposedly using the double-head eagle with the damn key in the foot. What they're showing you, that is Freemasonry, 100%.
Already understanding the situation that is developing today, realizing that Russia will fight for its interests to the end.
They're fighting for
So I just want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding what you're saying. I don't think that I am. I think you're saying you want a negotiated settlement to what's happening in Ukraine.
Look at the face, people. Look.
Right. And we made it. We prepared the huge document in Istanbul that was initialed by the head of the Ukrainian delegation. He affixed his signature to some...
Somebody have to prove to me that this is not staged. Wow, unbelievable. So the Tucker Carlson can't speak Russian and the fucking Putin can't speak English. So the Tucker Carlson asks a question, somebody else process it and answer it. Is that real? Wow, this is bullshit for the dumb masses right here. What is in the Putin ears on the neck side? What is that big black thing on the side of his head? Pay attention.
The provisions. Not to all of it.
There you go. What is that?
He put his signature and then he himself said, we were ready to sign it and the war would have been over long ago, 18 months ago. However, Prime Minister Johnson came and talked us out of it.
Mentioned Prime Minister Johnson. They're talking about Boris Johnson, the other clown that was the Prime Minister of England. You understand? A fake, and Johnson is 33 in numerology. Take a listen.
And we missed that chance.
Who blew up Nord Stream?
Listen to this. Watch this right here.
You for sure.
Look, he said you for sure. Look, you see they're playing with the masses. Who blew up North Shore? And he said him. And he laughing. This sodomite right here they call Tucker. Look at the face, people. Why did you believe it's a real man? All of them is Decepticon and the masses. None of them real. Don't matter what you think and how you feel about them. What you think the Tucker Carlson is there for. He telling truth? The world gone dumb, like I tell you. All of these devil people gonna play truth tellers and capture the few people who looking for truth. That's what their plan is. They have to have you as well to make the plan go through. Listen right here. Pay attention.
Nate, do you have...
He's laughing. It's a joke.
I did not blow up Nord Stream.
I didn't blow up Nord Stream. Listen, because the Nord Stream is bullshit. Nothing blow up. It's just a hoax for the dumb masses. They're disgusting and laughing. It's fake shit. Listen.
You personally may have an alibi, but the CIA has no such alibi.
And you see where they get this supposedly interview people on X. That's the reason why they turned the Twitter into X, so you can see that X everywhere you go. The X's are coding for number 6. Show you. It's all devil work right here. Pay attention.
Do you have evidence that NATO or the CIA did it?
NATO and CIA. Listen. Look at this shit right
You know,
here,
I won't get into details, but people always say in such cases, look for someone who is interested. But in this case, we should not only look for someone who is interested, but also for someone who has capabilities.
I'm just going to ask you one last question, and that's about someone who's very famous in the United States, probably not here, Evan Gershwin.
Take a look at the ground, people. They got the stars right there with the double pyramid facing each other right there. This is what they do right here. Don't be thinking it's just by accident. All of this right here, by design, the whole thing. And it's a big brainwash. Watch them push this right here to go viral and the masses. That's what they do. Listen right here. Pay attention.
The Wall Street Journal reporter.
Мы столько сделали жестов доброй воли, что, мне кажется, мы исчерпали все лимиты.
We have done so many gestures of goodwill out of decency that I think we have run out of them.
Ни разу не ответил. Но
We have never seen anyone reciprocate to us in a similar manner.
что мы
However, in theory, we can say that we do not rule out that we can do that
исключаем того, что мы можем это
if our
сделать
partners take reciprocal steps.
в встречном движении со стороны нашей.
I want to know, what was this interview about here, people? Why did the Tucker Carlson right here supposedly interview this sodomite right here they call Putin? Why did he do it? What it's really about? You don't get it, people, to put on the world agenda that's coming up. Something big is coming, and all of these characters involved in it, setting up the show for you right here. Move.
Why now?
Listen this
why
right here. Why they ask him the question, why interview Putin now, supposedly, or why interview him? Pay attention to this right here, and the whole thing is set up. Pay attention again.
Why now? Well, I've been trying for 3 years to do this interview.
So he trying
The
for
US
3 years to get this interview with Putin. A damn reporter from American News Network. He can get an interview with the Prime Minister, not the Prime Minister, the President of Russia, a damn dictator supposedly, people. The one that hate America and America hate them and all kind of shit going on. Yes, this character from America can get an interview with him, even though the government don't want it. How did he get contact with Putin? Nobody gonna ask the damn question. How did he get to interview Putin? And why did Putin trust him? You don't get it, people. He playing like a truth teller. And that's the reason why they would tell you that this character get an interview with Putin. You better wake your ass up. Listen right here.
It prevented me from doing it.
Go back.
Well, I've been trying for 3 years to do this interview.
3 years coding.
The U.S. government prevented me from doing it
See?
by spying on my text messages.
So you see that? The U.S. government spy on his text messages and basically release it to the New York Times. So that's the reason why the interview was put off for 3 years. Listen.
To the New York Times. My country's intel services were working against me illegally.
You hear that his country intel is working against him. You hear that, people? So that's the reason why he supposedly takes so long to interview the Putin character. Because he got it set up long time. 2 emails, people. He emailing back and forth with Putin them. And the government in America peeping on the email and see it and release it. You believe it? I told you what the world is. Listen.
Totally determined, monomaniacally dedicated to doing this interview. The current administration is very obviously incompetent, and the president is senile.
Yes, but what you have to understand, when he's supposed to be telling you right now things that you've seen, this is why you take him as truth tellers. Everybody know the Biden playing a fucking dummy. You have to understand he playing a brainless sodomite right there in front of you with Alzheimer's and dementia. That's what they're playing right there. Now that everybody's brain is soup. So what you think they're doing there? It's all a show. And don't worry about it, people. The Donald Trump is no different. Remember, he's the person who playing the president gonna be on the grill. You don't know that or what, people? You have to remember this. Anybody that go in the president's seat gonna get grilled. They're gonna get grilled by the public. They're gonna get grilled by these news stations. They all a part of it. They play sides, red and blue. You don't get it, people. If you notice what CNN was doing the whole time, torching Donald Trump while he was in there. You notice what Fox do? When Biden in there, torch him. You don't catch it yet, people. It's a pattern, the red and blue shit. That's what they do. Playing with us, people. So we can divide it by these things right here that they put on. All of it is fake from the government. 100% in. Listen.
On an attack. Everyone knows it. I wanted to interview Putin because he's the leader of a country that the U.S. government is sort of at war with, though not.
You hear that, people? The reason why he want to interview him is because he kind of, somewhat at war with America. Can you believe that? So that's the reason why they interview him. Remember, one of the ABC reporter went to fucking Afghanistan in the cave, get an interview with Bin Laden while Bin Laden was the most wanted terrorist in the world. The whole wide world wanted him with $100 million on his head. A reporter from America lined up and set up an interview with him in the fucking cave, people. I don't know how they get electric and these things in the cave, how they get all these access in the cave, but they did it, people, supposedly. Why did they pass it off as real? Because everybody dumb. I already told you. So the FBI, the CIA, the whole America, the whole wide world want Bin Laden, but this one reporter get an interview. He can set up an interview with a wanted man that hiding in caves. How did he do that, people? It's the same question you asked today with this Tucker Carlson get an interview with Vladimir Putin. How did he do that? They tell you they contact 2 emails, people. Is that real? The president of Russia? You contact him on an email and set up an interview? This is the fakest shit in the world. Why you believe it is beyond me. Listen. Take a listen to this right here, people. He gonna play a hero on your ass. That's what he gonna do. Wow.
Why you looked for this interview? Why was Putin? And why now?
Listen.
Well, I'll start. Thank you very much for asking me, and thank you very much for having us here, one of my favorite countries in the world.
What?
Very much for asking me, and thank you very much for having us here, one of my favorite countries in the world. I'll start in reverse order. Why now?
Of course you're gonna go reverse, like you have the whole wide world running in backwards. That's what they do, people. have to mention that the devil work.
I've been trying for 3 years to do this interview. The U.S. government prevented me from doing it by spying on my text messages and leaking them to the New York Times. And that spooked the Russian government into canceling.
So you hear that, people? After they supposedly released the message, supposedly, I was on the email that he gonna do the interview with Putin because it was a secret. Wow. After that, the supposedly Russian government got spooked. But I guess they come around now to give him the interview. Why was they spooked? Because this damn email was busted? Take a listen.
The interview. So I've been trying to do this, but my country's intel services were working against me illegally, and that enraged me because I'm an American citizen. I'm 54. I pay my taxes.
Yes, he's 54. And guess what, people? Tucker Carlson in numerology is 54 for your number 9. It's funny how he's right there on the money. It's not a joke, people. This is how they do it. It's hard for the masses to get these things, but they're working a mind game on you. All of these things, if you don't process it, you're going to be tricked. You pay attention? Listen again.
I obey the law. And there was no expectation in the America that I grew up in that my government and its intel services, NSA and CIA, which were always...
mentioning intel services is fake shit, people. It's 100% fake shit he passing off as real. Want to play a victim. The government was watching him and all of these things. What that tell you? He trying to be on the side that you on. You don't get it. Even though he's a devil puppet eating out the same pot as those devil folks. What do you think, people? This is all they're gonna win you over. I already told you. I'm just protecting the people who seeking for truth when it comes to these deceivers. You have to be able to spot them. Don't let them in. The Tucker Carlson right here is one of them. Playing the good guy. Yes, the government is watching him just like how they're watching you. Do you get it? The whole thing. For him to supposedly interview Putin, show you that he high ranking. He's a part of the damn world stage. I don't know what else can he say out his mouth to convince the smart people. Wow.
Outwardly focused on our foreign enemies would be turned inward against American citizens. And I'm shocked by that, and I'm infuriated by that. And so
angry.
once I discovered that that was happening, and I confirmed it was happening, and they admitted that they did it, then I was totally determined.
Yes, people. After he find out that they jack him, they hack his email, and they're doing all these things, just turn him up, make him more, determined to get the interview with Putin. You hear that, people? The world's a stage.
Maniacally dedicated to doing this interview, not simply because I want to know what Vladimir Putin is like and what he thinks about a war that is resetting the world. And
you hear that, people? He wanted to know what Putin thinking and all that because it's a war that gonna reset the world. That's what he just say out his mouth. But you don't understand. All of them is a part of this trickery right here for the destruction of the masses. Nothing good gonna come from that supposed war that they tell you about right there. Shortage of produce, every damn thing gonna come with that shit. Prices of gas, everything. It gonna affect the whole wide world. Why? It's a stage, something they set up for the destruction of you. Right here.
Really gravely damaging my country's economy.
My country.
But also because they told me I couldn't on the basis of illegitimate means. And for no really clearly stated justification. And I thought that can't stand. I want to live in a free country. I was born in one.
You want to live in a free country. You was born in one. So what happened? You're born in a free country and they took it away and now you have this? This is the dumbest shit in the world, people. What they call free. They have the people right here in bondage in a damn cage. Feed you what they want to feed you and everything. Control the weather and all that. And then they mention free to mock you. All of them is a part of this fuckery right here. This fake freedom that you supposedly have in a trap environment.
And
it's
I'm going to do whatever small thing I can do to maintain this society.
Yes, to maintain this society, helping you out, people. That's the reason why I interview the Putin character. Listen. Wow.
Sir,
I love.
You are known to be pro-Republican party, right wing of Republican Party. This is what they claim. They said first.
He said this is what they claim, but this is actually what they do. Remember, I already tell you, the Fox is for Trump, and the CNN is for the Biden's party. You understand? Red and blue. And like I said, even though Fox is for the red, they carry blue. And CNN is for the blue, but their logo is actually red. Do you understand? Just to show the people with brain that they all working on the same team. That's why Donald Trump will show up in the red tie today, tomorrow he show up in the blue tie. Why? He working for the both side. It's just the masses they're working against. Listen here.
The Democrats,
that's not true.
Oh, that's not true. Listen.
Okay. Or you are known to be pro-Trump, anti-Biden.
Listen.
What is truthful in this? And you went to
right
Putin
here,
because you are pro-Trump and anti-Biden?
What kind of shit
my
is
views
this?
are not very interesting. I'm not sure how I would characterize them. They're changing as quickly as the world itself is changing. And as a matter of principle, I think that that your views should change when the evidence changes.
What kind of fucking dumb shit is that? Evidence can't change, dude. Evidence can't change. You only can add evidence. You can't change evidence. If it can change, then it wasn't evidence to begin with. So yes, people, they're asking him. He keeps saying he flip-flopping. That's what he's trying to explain. That things change and you have to change with it also. Your opinion change when the evidence change. What kind of world is this, people? Like I tell you, just a stage. Go again and listen to the man right here that get the interview with one of the supposedly most controversial president right now in the world, Vladimir Putin. Listen right here.
I mean, my views are not very interesting.
Not very interesting.
I'm not sure how I would characterize them. They're changing as quickly as the world itself is changing. And as a matter of principle, I think that that your views should change when the evidence changes, and assumptions that you had in the past are proven wrong. That has happened to me virtually every month of my life.
Every month of your life, you've been proving that you know nothing. You've been wrong the whole time. Yes, but you're the one who get the interview with Putin right there. You're in America, and they hate America so bad, they're doing all these shits. America is not really down with them. But you can go over there and get an interview That's how it is, people. Like I mentioned, the Putin that's supposed to be killing off these people, supposed to be invading country and all, he's not wanted. Nobody wants to kill him. You don't get it or not. They're not fighting these people on the top. Why is Putin can get an interview right there? You think you can, start a war supposed to be against a whole country and sit here and get interview and laughing? The world's a stage. I don't get it, people. What do you believe when you look at these things? Is it a real war going on, a real invasion? Because if you invade a country, remember, they told you about Iraq with Saddam Hussein invade Kuwait back in the early 90s, I think, when they have one of them war with America and Iraq. You remember? They claimed that Saddam Hussein and Iraq invade Kuwait because Kuwait got oil and gold and all of these things, and America got to step in. They didn't render aid supposedly, like give them some weapons and some ships and some planes and some money. No. America was fighting the war against Iraq, you remember? Because they claimed that, Saddam is a dictator and he go up in there and he doing all this shit. And they supposedly bring out Saddam Hussein and hang him. That's what they show you on live TV, supposedly. They have a ceremony, they have a court, they hang him. That's what they show you. And then this character, Putin, do the same damn thing. And you get an interview with one of America's supposedly biggest reporter right there on screen. So you see what's going on here, people? And what is the Putin doing right now? What is they saying he doing? What the injustice he doing? Yes, he's basically persecuting Jews. That's what they tell you. In the movies, they tell you everywhere that Jews is these victims. The same thing they give you right now with the other war they tell you about with Hamas and Israel. The whole thing is a stage to make the peoples who on top, who playing the games on you, right here under the Freemasonry and everything, look like victims. You don't get it. The world, big old stage for the masses. And like I say, don't be surprised or, shock or feel some kind of way why the Tucker Carlson get the interview with the Putin, the president of Russia. You don't get it? Both of them is the same people. They work for the same people. They're working against us. Do you understand that? That's the job of the world government. The people that in the spotlight, like this vagabond right here. He leading the masses down the pipe hole of destruction right here. And if you see any kind of interview with this sodomite at the air of it, you know what time it is. Yes, it's a fake shit for the world demise. They are part of it. And that's the reason why you believe in this sodomite right here. They call Tucker Carlson. He playing truth tell on you. I'm going to expose them just like I show you those comedians and all of them playing games on the masses in the end time. They're trying to catch the people who seeking for truth. We give them the boot. I'm gone.